guys, and welcome back to the Hot Seat. I'm your host, Priscilla Moy, and I hope you enjoyed that little talk and recurring interview with Paul Gunn, or not Paul Gunn. It's always a joy to have him in the studio. We're going to meet his other half, the one snickering behind the camera because she's just that amazing, and she just loves us and everything we talk about. But her energy's amazing. I can't wait to have her here. Everyone, please welcome JoAnna Heckman, the one and only. Here she comes, in style. Her legendary.
No, look at you. You're the legend. Look at this. Oh my God. It's like, oh my God, it's on fire, baby.
Oh, honey, it's so good to see you.
Oh my God, it's so good to see you.
Please be careful. Sitting down. Oh my God, you have your legendary, iconic leopard hat on. This is like.
Yeah, this is my thing.
This is your staple.
Yeah.
Right?
This is really a weapon.
Oh, it should. It's a workout too. You can but I hear you wear this a lot for auditions too. Like, this is kind of your staple hat, your staple look.
Yeah. When I used to audition, it's been great. I haven't had an audition for quite a while. Okay, I'll tell you the story. Michael Caine, he really has influenced me so much. He went on like 300 auditions before he ever got anything.
Yeah.
And he said, the secret is, there's no shot. You just don't quit. You just keep going. And that's the secret. And the other thing, he had this really like 30-foot long scarf. So at his auditions, he would like wrap it around and around and around, because he said, how are you going to stand out? What's right. Now I call it the fava bean moment, like. So I tell Paul too, like, find your fava bean moment in whatever it is. Make do something that stands out or that people will remember, right? Mm-hmm. So I started wearing just leopard hat, like just auditions and stuff, and so something that like this is a fava bean moment right here.
I feel like Priscilla is her own. It depends on the day. I kind of matched it towards who was coming today. Right before he interviews drag queens, he's entertaining, he's an MC, he does a nightclub life, but he's also hospitality manager, all that stuff. So I'm just like, and then there's you, right? I match the energy.
Are you saying I'm a drag queen? Yeah. Because I have been one.
I'm about to say.
I have been one.
There's no problem with it. They're fabulous. Listen, it is. I wish I could, but no. But the energy, I feel like you're very you're very rocker.
We could totally be drag queens together if you want. Amazing. I'm just saying,
And you need a name. You got Gunn, you got Ziggy, and you need to make up a name. Yeah. But starting from the beginning, so you have a huge resume, right? Like, I look you up, and what's interesting, what's news to me is that this is your stage name, right?
Gene Heathen is my stage name, yeah. Ooh, there's a story behind that, too.
Are you willing to talk about it, or is it too sensitive a topic?
No, we can talk about it.
Oh, let's talk about it. So you have so many different identities. When I type in your name, how I know you guys, right? All this stuff comes up. I was like, is this her? I was like, it's gotta be. So I put in JoAnna Heckman, actor. I was like, okay, it's still coming up. I was like, all right, this is new, right? And then JoAnna Ziggy, and then it's just coming up multiple different things. Gene Heathen and all that stuff. So what's the story?
Oh my God. Lovely. Well, actually, I need to finish my drag queen story first.
Okay, go ahead. I was gonna see.
It was funny. So Ron and Jimmy Starr and Ron Russell had interviewed Paul and I, and they're like, so many of our female friends look like drag queens. They're like, a lot of them do. And they look at me and they go, well, we never. You look at you and say, oh, you're a drag queen. I go, oh, but I can. And I have. Yeah. Being in the ballroom dance business for years, I was a pretty fierce competitor, so my nickname was Vicious. Mm-hmm. However, I never walked on anyone's toes. I have my principles and always kind to people. I never threw them under the bus. That's just the way a human being should be, right?
Professional too. Yeah. When you're at space, yeah.
And it's so weird when you come across in this business these deep people think they have to be these divas or whatever, and the real people that I worked with, like in Casino, where I got my SAG card years ago with Robert De Niro. Oh my God, he's amazing. He's very private and quiet. and I really relate to him because I'm like very shy by nature and kind of a recluse.
Yeah.
So I was always kind of the lone wolf.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, people don't need to be these pretend divas and shit. Anyway.
I mean, if that's your role, but not
right. It's fun to play, but God, treat people.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
yeah.
right?
And that's what we're talking about with Paul. Is just it doesn't have to be all that. It's work at the end of the day. And I think you, like, as much as Paul, like, he's from theater, you also have been in theater and been in dance especially.
Yeah,
and you do modern, you tap, and you're doing all this extensive work. You know the work that goes behind all of it. So when you finally perform and you're in professional settings, you don't mess that up, right?
Right.
And so I feel like no matter how you portray yourself, that you're just actor and whatever, and you walk around, sometimes, I don't know about you, but I try to not want to talk about the fact that I do A, B, C, D, F, G, because then people put you in that pool when you say, well, I'm an actor. Right? And then they're all of a sudden like, oh, here we go, right? And you're just like, I'd rather just right now, I'm not, you know?
Yeah, totally. So that same philosophy in the dance business, a lot of my dance partners were gay, fabulous. So one looked really like Jodie Foster.
Oh, okay.
When he got dragged up, he looked like a 6'5" Jodie Foster.
OMG.
So he did this international drag show, and me and this other girl, Elaine, were his backup dancers. So we, jacked up our hair, we're on heels. So I was about maybe 6'1" with that. And people really thought I was a drag queen, and I let them think that.
You probably had so much fun with it too. You're like, okay, let's ride this out. Let's see.
I'm like, I'm a girl, damn it. What do you mean? I'm a princess, goddammit, I'm a princess. Anyway.
That's fun though.
Yeah, it was really, really fun. So, characters, that kind of thing are really fun to play, and you just gotta have fun with it. And above all, don't take yourself too seriously. People that buy into their own hype become douches, man.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, for real.
I'm sure you've come across some of them.
I shouldn't be laughing like this, but it's just coming out. Let's all just take a moment.
We all know at least one person. I'm sure it's 3 or 4 or
amazing.
10 or 13.
At least we all have one in common right now. I think what's funny is that Vegas, and I'm not talking about it, it's just interesting. It's fun to me when I'm like, oh my god, OMG. It's not just me, OMG, but,
Right.
So.
It's so weird.
I've never seen her break character. Great producer. Maria's behind here crying this entire time.
Well, I have that ability to make people break.
Yeah, so I get to do
including myself.
Remember that one time? But yeah, I mean that's why you come here, you work, and then you leave.
Right. So sometimes people think that they don't have to have any training whatsoever.
Is it the city or is it just? Oh my god! Post edit.
Some people think that
I'm crying.
you can buy talent or
Can you?
No.
I was recently told that my degree was just a piece of paper that I hide behind.
Wow.
It's amazing.
A degree.
If you guys want to see it,
she has a degree. Excuse me. This is what a degree deserves.
Thank you. It's just a piece of paper that's not needed in this industry. And this is said by someone who doesn't have a degree that's trying to be in this industry, and there's reasons.
And you know what that is all about? Is their own insecurity. I studied psychology on my own because it's fascinating. And really acting is the study of human nature. It is psychology. Yeah. So it's really fun when people do certain things or actions and the psychology of it.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. Humans are way more complex.
Douches. Yeah.
I think it's
It's like, don't be a douche, people. Just
it's hard
be
though.
nice.
But
Yeah,
they
treat
don't think
people well.
that. It's self-awareness. Maybe that's the problem.
Oh, self-aware.
Maybe that is.
Maybe they need a mirror to go.
I don't know. I'll tell you what I think it is, and you can save you because you've worked in Vegas. I think it's very easy in certain areas in the United States or certain areas in the world where they make it very accessible. I think, if you've trained and worked your entire life in order to experience different levels and different places and how it really is, you appreciate the craft of it and how hard it is to obtain a single job versus coming to a place where you can say, hey, how did you get on that? And the next day, you're now calling yourself an actor, and now you're working with people, and you all think that, oh, we're the same. And so with Hollywood 2.0, so I feel like I haven't had many people, and this is so unhinged. I've never had such an unhinged. Oh my God, I'm gonna get fired.
Well, this is the hot seat, dog.
I know, is it? But not for me. I'm not trying to get fired. Or Maria, we might lose everything here.
Are you kidding me?
But no,
Are you kidding me, dog?
Who's gonna fire us? Who's better than us here?
Well,
I blame Paul. He was not on my list today, so he's made me so unhinged, and now it's just.
Just go, bro.
Thanks.
Unhinged is awesome. Are you kidding me?
No, it's
Unhinged
amazing.
is the
It's
real.
real.
The real
I will say though, the whole motto, I think, and I think you guys are the same, but is maintaining realness where it's the most fake.
Yeah.
Because it's not what it is. How these people are portraying, it's not.
No, it's not at all. And
Yeah.
acting, I mean, being with Paul is so awesome. And Chris, and our friend Jack Fela, kudos to you, baby. It's like your kids again. And you're playing, right? Because acting, okay, when you're a kid, you're free, right? You laugh at stuff. You make funny faces and people laugh. You don't care what other people think. And then as you grow older, you're taught, oh, don't do that. Don't do that. You can't show emotion. Don't do that. Oh, you should not do that or act that way. And acting, you need to strip all that away. And such a wonderful coach I had years ago, Carl Buto, bless you, Don, a Siciliano. And he was tough and I loved it. And, oh my God, he's like, just strip all that stuff away that you were taught not to do. And go back to being a kid again and be free. Just don't care what other people think. And when you truly get to that point, when you really don't care what other people think, then you're free. Mm-hmm. And it's the most wonderful feeling. Because then you can make silly faces, be different characters. And I love playing monsters, right? A lot of people are like, oh, don't cover my face. I'm like, ugly me up, baby.
Right.
Right? And I love creating monsters too. So that's the true freedom.
Yeah.
It's like you're a kid again and you're running around playing and oh my God, it is so awesome.
So is that what drives you to become a professional actor? So you went from dance, you modeled and you did some acting. I mean, theater and dance, that's still acting or still character when you're performing as a dancer. How did that transition go and you doing this full time? And then you did costume, you did a lot of backstage stuff, professionally award-winning costume designer.
Oh, thank you.
Also, now as you're an actor and you're actively working as an actor on these sets alongside crew, where's the motivation coming for that?
I just, what really sparks my brain and my body is when people, they'll give me an idea. And Paul does that a lot too. And Jack and Chris and our friends like Brad. And I just want to create until I pass on to the next dimension. Mm-hmm. And then continue to create. The fun about films is you can create something out of nothing. Mm-hmm. It's just your brain, right? You think of an idea or whatever, and all of a sudden you write it down and you get the crew and you film it. And it's so exciting to create something original. And that's the trick, because it's like, okay, how do you come up with something that's never been done before, right?
Yeah.
And that's the excitement for me.
Yeah.
Whether it's like a song I compose or, an idea for a film, it's, oh my God, just creating something out of nothing.
Yeah, and I think, because I've never had someone talk about wardrobe or costume styling. Maybe like some fashion designers and stuff like that, but with film, TV, even theater, you have to have that tell the story as well, right?
Yes.
So
Oh my God, girl. Yeah.
yeah, what is your point of view on what you love about it, and how do you approach that every gig you get? Because it's not just film. Like let's just say you get play, right? So how do you approach that?
Okay. Yeah, wardrobe, the amazing thing, ever since, oh my God, I'll get stories upon stories, but wardrobe, it gives the feel and the look of the film. So whenever I approach it, I talk to the director, we have many meetings, and okay, how do you want this to look? How do you want this to feel? And wardrobe is so important for that. And so many times, oh my God, people just take it for granted. We want you to do wardrobe for free for the love of the project or whatever. I'm like, first of all, tell me what the project is.
Right.
How can I love it? And oh my God, it's so undervalued, I think.
Yeah. And where are you getting all these pieces from? Like,
Yeah,
you gotta source
yes.
it out of your own closet.
Oh my God. Some of them,
Crazy,
yes.
yeah.
My mother, well, God bless my mother. I love you. She taught me to sew my first stitch when I was 3 years old.
Okay.
And I remember it was a pink kangaroo with yellow thread onto this quilt piece that she still has. And I thank her so much for that because it's come in handy. I was making ballroom gowns and Latin gowns for students and myself. And then in film and dance and theater, it is the most valuable thing I think that she's ever taught me, that anyone's ever taught me. By 8 years old, I designed this bikini swimsuit. It was really cool. It was red, white, and blue, and like a tube top, and I put like corset stitching here.
Okay.
The boy shorts before they were a thing, right?
Yeah.
And I had corset on the sides.
Yeah, the lace up and that, yeah.
So I made it work the pool that day, and yeah. So ever since then, I've just been creating things that I liked and that I grew up with, and unique things. Yeah. So I approach films the same way. I want it to. Well, I always say, I want it to be so unique that people will want to cosplay this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
So bring out the character. In Space Wars, Quest for the Deep Star, with Garo, Seijin, and his wonderful family.
This is one of your recent films, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
He was so amazing. He really treated people well, and we had multiple meetings, for costumes, and I was sketching things just by hand because I just feel it's more hands-on, and he wanted the feel of some of these. Like 70s, 80s, like Star Wars, Star Trek, all the things we grew up with,
Yeah.
And it was really interesting, the evolution of that. He said, okay, I want it to look like this, and then I kind of add my own spin on it. And oh my God, God bless him for him and Mike Conway and Deborah Richards. Oh my God, these directors I worked with that gave me freedom.
Yeah.
To just kind of go for it.
Yeah, they trusted you.
Yeah, that's amazing. Oh my God. Because when somebody says, no, which is, certain words are not in my vocabulary, like no or can't or won't.
Yeah.
They give you freedom, and it's amazing. So, kept sketching different ideas, and some of the things that I had already created in my, wardrobe over the years. Other things oh my God, go to like Savers, thrift shops or whatever, and I would alter them and morph them into something cool, like the Space Barbarian.
Yeah, you
that was fun.
Upcycling, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a combination of, and even things on Amazon, and it's just a combination of many things. Bidding on eBay, like Duel, that I made a samurai outfit for Paul, and he did such an amazing job with that. Everyone did an amazing job in Jewel, but the process. So wardrobe, months before a project, hopefully, sometimes they're like a week. Like, we need this in a week. I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah.
you're killing me.
Right.
When you have the time to bid on stuff on eBay or whatever, or create something from scratch, then that's the uniqueness of it. It's something that you have never seen before.
Yeah, it's challenging.
Yeah.
Because, when I went to get my BFA, like, I had to be in wardrobe crew and take those classes. Like, spend time,
good.
like, put in hours.
That's why.
And then learn how to sew. Like, there's more behind just someone, dressing someone, right? As you make it by hand, there's multiple people, there's stitching, there's fittings, and sometimes it just does not work right, or you thought that they were this way and it doesn't sit right, doesn't lay right, the fabric's right. So the appreciation, I think, that wardrobe does not have in accordance to, it's so common for people to be like, oh yeah, here, makeup, make me look pretty, or make me like prosthetics, but they don't really pay attention to how much that without what they're wearing, this doesn't make sense. The lines that they're saying is the location, you look, you know what I mean? The clothes, well then again, I mean, but so I think
I love this, by the way. Oh my god,
thank you.
This is like, oh my god, it's
I was like, I feel like she's like gonna love it. And so I was like, it's the vibe.
I'm like,
With that being said, like, I think with the Oscars, you see a lot of like Oscar for best, wardrobe, costume design, whatever. Is there one particular film that you, either past or present, that really stuck out to you, that you just like, oh my god, that wardrobe was just...
Space Wars, Quest for the Deep Star. Because there were so many things, I call them gifts from the universe. Oh my god, I can't even tell you. Oh wow. That I had just grabbed, I was at Savers here in Vegas, which has amazing things. I don't know, sometimes I go in there with this thought, like, okay, I need this or this specific thing, and I'll find it. I'm like, whoa, that's amazing.
Right.
Gift from the universe, right?
Right.
So, like Michael Pare, there was these khaki pants, and I didn't even see what size they were. I'm like, oh, okay. I just grabbed them, and they fit him perfectly. Same thing with Sarah French, like these pants. Okay, she wanted to wear this black khaki, like black pants with a white tank top, and I'm like, well, I have something a little more unique. So her and Tyler met me at Garo Stasian's house, and I got all this stuff that, in my wardrobe and stuff that I bought, and these army green pants with they had cutouts on the sides. They're really cool, and I don't know, it's just some black, I don't know what you call them, like tags or whatever they're hanging, and anything that has like movement with things that are hanging, like a fringe or whatever. When you move, then they move.
Right.
And I learned that in the dance business, and they look really good on film. So she was kind of fighting it, and I'm like, well, just try them on for a lark, whatever, and just to see. And they fit her perfectly. Oh my god, it's like gift from the universe.
Yeah.
And she looks in the mirror and she goes, "Oh, damn you."
Yeah, see, it's always, you have the eye. Sometimes you have to trust the designer, you trust wardrobe, because they see things that an actor or the person, or if they're styling, can't. Because like it's up here, and it's kind of how I am with styling. When people ask, I'm sure when you shop by yourself, like, what do you look for? What would you wear with this? And you already know when you see an item, you're like, you're going through a catalog. I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh my god, I call it the catalog of my brand.
Catalog, and you're like, yes, I could do this, that one, right?
Yeah.
And it happens like this, and no one understands that. But I mean, wardrobe, I'm sure they go through.
Yeah, and I have a very visual mind, so a lot of times it's trying to get that vision from here to express to either the actor, director, whatever. And because they're like set on one thing, and sometimes it takes like, let me draw this for you, let me try to explain this or whatever.
And they're just like, and you're just like, please just trust me.
Yes,
or like, why does the sleeve have to be that? I'm like, it has to be the puff. It can't be a butt. Every little detail changes. Like, for some reason, the movie that comes into mind was the one that just won the Academy Award, Poor Things, right? And
Oh my God, Poor Things!
the wardrobe. You say a lot about this film, whatever, but to
Amazing.
me, the
Oh my God.
wardrobe was amazing. And it wasn't even just that, like, I would wear that, but, like, it also made so much sense to a movie that meant no sense at all, but made sense at the same time.
Girl.
But it was the same
For you to
thing.
mention that particular film, Get from the universe.
Yes, I was the whole time. I was like, I have to bring it up. Let's see if she brings it up. If I don't think
I was going to like.
Poor Things for me, like Oscar, no Oscar. To me, for some like that movie alone, and there people are like they're selling the cosplay versions of Emma Stone's character Bella, and she wears certain things, and I was just like, and it made so much sense. But it doesn't. You don't know how it makes sense. But I could walk in and wear that, and no one would be like, "Oh, that's so cool." But in that movie, that made no sense. It made sense, but like, right? Like it just, and that's the point. I think it makes you think, and it just.
So.
Yeah.
Our partner Chris Ross Leone. So, him and Paul and I are forming our own production company, and we're going to be creating our own epic shit.
See, this is what I'm saying. They're the type that's like, it seems so cool, so let's just like do it.
Not like anything ever seen before. So we are going to create even our own genre,
As you should.
And that's the fun of it.
Maria's been audible this entire time. She's so into it. She's like, like it's amazing.
I'm so excited about this. I can't tell you.
Because I also saw, doing my research on you, like that you're also trying to produce and write, and I'm sure the brain, like, as a true artist, it's always going, right? Especially as a dancer, as a choreographer, I'm sure, you're just creating things. And so I was going to lead to that question, and you answered it for me, is that you're working on not only now starring and working in other people's films, but you are creating your own stuff.
Yes.
Right? Is that where you're headed? Is that what you would like to do? Or?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. I was a dance director in the dance business and choreographed and directed 9 shows and traveled around. It was quite amazing. I taught at UNLV, the ballroom dance program. I was a judge at the Dance Sport Olympics. So that was really exciting. So directing, I'm always directing. Just it's natural for me. So that's what I want to do.
Okay.
Yeah. So Paul and I started writing a couple of years ago, just some interesting, short films and some feature length. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
For us to create something out of nothing, right?
Yeah.
That's never been seen before. And with the wardrobe, oh my God, Poor Things. Like I said, Chris Ross Leone, he said, you need to watch this. And then we watched the background of it, and I related to her so much. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Because, oh my God, I felt like I was just born old. and when Emma Stone, when she portrayed that, she was real. When she discovered herself, just along the way, and then other people like, oh, you can't behave that way. Oh, you can't do that in society, whatever,
Right.
God, yeah. And she's like, why not?
No, she was like so outright.
I'm like, why not? And I relate to that so much. Because people try to keep you in a box. They try to keep you down. Oh, you can't wear that. You can't do this. I'm like, why not?
Right, exactly.
You remember Animal House?
Yes.
Right, John Belushi. Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing.
True, and she made it happen, and she ended up still being successful in the end, and she still, came out victor in my eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many interpretations you can take from the movie, right? And it's open to that. But I think, in my eyes, I'm like, okay, yeah, and what? She did that, and what? Right? And she still stayed true to herself, and I don't know why.
That's it. Stay true to
and
herself.
She still came out victor, and all those whatever, and she still sat there like, right? Like at the end, that was like the end scene. She's sitting there with all her.
Change that guy to a girl.
Like exactly, like you know what I mean? It was absolutely,
It's like, oh, you're gonna keep me down. I'm gonna turn you into a ghost.
And then there she was. She's still sitting there like pinky out with her tea in the garden,
Hell
her
yeah.
mansion, right? As it should be.
Exactly. So the message is to stay true to yourself. Like truly be who you are. No apologies. Don't let anyone take you down or put you in a box.
Right, absolutely. Because look what in the movie, look what she did when she tried to go back to herself, that try to put herself in a box before she was reborn. She found out why, and she's like,
No.
fine.
No, hell no.
Exactly. So and now we know. So you're going more towards the thing of directing. What is success like for you? Where do you want to end up? I'm sure with Paul, and then are you looking towards the stars, or are you looking towards? Do you love indie life? It's up to interpretation. To you, what do you truly? Where do you want to be?
Yeah, success is a journey, an adventure. That is success to me, to us. It's all an adventure, and it's not a big house. It's not a car. It's not anything physical like that. It's creating, constantly creating, and that is success. And being true to yourself.
Yeah.
Because, oh my God, I had a very abusive, kept down childhood, and I did not speak for a long time. I just walked around looking at my shoes, looking at my feet. When I started in ballet when I was 7 years old, I found my voice. I started to find my voice. The teacher said, hey, look at me. Put your head up. And I did, and I looked at her, and she goes, don't ever put your head down ever again. Don't let anyone ever do that to you again. So I found my voice in that. And then a couple of years ago, I ended up teaching ballet to young girls. And I said the same thing, like, don't let anyone ever put you down. Like, you matter. You are important. You're a girl, and that's important.
And I think what's beautiful about that is you continue to carry that narrative and you don't brush it off, regardless of what comes your way. And I think a lot of people need to hear things like this because so much, right? It brings us right back to what we were talking about. So much is trying to make you less than to push them up, right?
Yeah.
And how do you go about making sure that you're going to be a change in that way? Just like that ballet teacher was a change to you, in my mind, as she did. She made a huge change because if that didn't happen, maybe you wouldn't be here sitting here now, right?
Yes, absolutely.
How do you believe you can be that change within the industry with that toxicity and that drama that we talk about? Because I'm sure you don't want to keep that the same way, just as much as I don't. What do you want to contribute to, and how are you going to actively do that?
Well, that's one thing Chris Ross Leon is encouraging me to write that story. He's like, oh my God, use that. I was in a brutal car accident in end of 2001, and 15 years of my life were stolen. I couldn't walk for 3 years. And to a dancer, that's like death. I got a part on Broadway before that happened, and the car accident wiped me out. And I did not want to live for a long time after that. But something in me said, hey, hang on. So I went through years of surgeries and everything, and going back to Bowie. So in 2016, when he passed on to the next dimension, he struck me with a bolt of lightning and said, hey, are you going to slowly die? Or, you can go out the way you want to. And I got mad. I'm like, hell no. I'm going to go out the way I want to, not slowly dying. That's bullshit. And I got back into the business. And ever since then, I've been just like, forward, onward, upward. So, yeah, he's been a big influence and continues to be a big influence in me.
And for those who might be more on the introverted side where it's harder for them to express themselves, what can you say to them that can kind of, because as an artist, you can't, it sucks because you have to be an introvert being an extrovert, right? and
Yeah,
you find
totally.
a way to be present as an extrovert for a little bit and then go back. So let's say someone can't, but you have. How do you navigate bringing that part out of you, even if it's just for that moment?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I am an introvert by nature. And, the dance business, the film industry, it helped me break out of myself, out of my head. And yeah, what I say to, I mean, really, the top people like De Niro, they are introverts. They're very shy.
Yeah.
But when they're on camera, they like let it all out, 100%. As Carl Buto said, my coach years ago, he said, it's kind of like stripping your clothes off when you're on camera and being naked, right? And you let your true self out and be vulnerable. Mm-hmm. And when they all cut, it's back to, okay, I want to be by myself. And yeah. So that's what I discovered about being an introvert in an extrovert industry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's okay to.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Absolutely.
don't have to be an extrovert to be an artist.
Yeah.
And so, and thank you for sharing, a very vulnerable side of you. I always want to thank you for that. I don't want you to feel embarrassed or anything. I'm glad. I want to get this out of people because I want people to see the true versions of the guests on this show. And so the final question that I ask all my guests, right, because that kind of sums up you as a person. In just maybe a sentence or even if it's word vomit if you don't know the answer, because I don't even know the answer sometimes to my own questions. But what is a philosophy that you live by?
It's a lot of Bowie's philosophy. A thing that really stood out that he said was, for creatives, anyone in the music, dance, film industry, he goes, if you feel comfortable where you are, it's like, that's death for an artist. He said, okay, so you're in the water, right, in the ocean. Your feet are touching the bottom. You're like, you're comfortable. Why don't you step out a little bit more until your feet don't touch the bottom? That's where you should be. Mm-hmm. That's my philosophy.
That's you. You're always testing new things. I know in your social media as well, every day is a new day. You're testing with new headshots, character shots, new makeup, new outfits, a new character, and you're not afraid to just show those all on social media.
Yeah, like I said, ugly me up. I don't care. I love playing different characters. Oh, that's the other thing with Lon Chaney was the Man of a Thousand Faces. He was the original Phantom of the Opera, which I think is still the best.
Oh, it's one of the best ones.
Oh my God, right?
Yeah. Ramin Karimou, I think, was my favorite. One of my favorites.
Oh, we gotta talk.
We gotta talk.
The silent films, right? Up until because
musical theater.
Yeah. And our friend Chris understands that. He said, "Yeah, I've always said dancing is like a silent movie, right?" And he said, "Film, like the dialogue is the last thing." He said, "It's like a silent movie." I'm like, "Yes, that's it." So Lon Chaney being a man of a thousand faces, I said, well, I want to be a woman of 1,001 faces. Mm-hmm. See, Lon Chaney?
And I believe. I believe if anyone's going to do that, it's going to be her. And I love that because I love how true you are and how unapologetic, I think that's a great word, to yourself that you are, because it is what it is. You're not looking for validation. You do it because you can. And
I do it for myself. And really, like, when people compare whatever, myself, I am my competition, myself, not anyone else.
Right.
Like, how can I be better each day?
If I'm worried about the next person.
Yeah. And that's true freedom, Like, really, you don't care what other people think about you. You just do it because you love to do it, and you do it for yourself, and that's it. Mm-hmm. And don't let anyone take you down. Especially women. Oh, my God, girls. Absolutely. Don't let anyone put you in a box, take you down. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Be yourself. Rise to the top.
I love that. Thank you so much for being here. Please tell everyone where they can follow you and where they can see your upcoming works and etc. if they want to inquire about you being on their movie.
Well, you're just gonna have to research and find me.
Oh yeah, I did it. You can do it. We all got internet these days.
So I'm just not telling. You just got to find.
Yeah, I mean, it's not hard.
If you want to, if
really
not, it's cool too.
It's amazing. Well, thank you so much for being here and being so open and vulnerable with us and
Oh my
telling your
God,
story.
darling, you are so lovely, and you are definitely an amazing person.
Oh, thank you. So much about you too. I was so glad you finally were able to come on the show. I know it's been multiple times I've been trying to get you. And now we're here and we get you and Paul, and then the whole energy of the room did a 180 because you guys walked in. So thank you so much. And that is JoAnna Heckman, everyone. A round of applause. Please support her and just look out for her and just, just watch and wait and see.
Yeah. Or not, it's cool.
But I should probably just be popping up, which I love. But when we come back, we'll have our closing monologue, and then that'll be it for this fabulous Wednesday. So see you after this break.
Now on digital and DVD.
Hit it.
Space Wars Quest for the Deep Star is an epic sci-fi adventure.
Do what needs to be done.
An edge-of-your-seat wild ride.
We have company.
Tons of popcorn-munching fun. 5 stars. A love letter to the sci-fi films of the 70s and 80s. With plenty of action and fun for all. You need to see it. You really do.
The captain just decided it's time to go.
I am ready for a sequel. Experience a bold new adventure. Space Wars Quest for the Deep Star.
A good old-fashioned adventure.
Now on digital and DVD.
Hi, I'm Deacon T with Modern Word Ministries. It's great to be with you today. Just a short little promo for our show. Every Sunday morning we have service, and you can follow us at 10 a.m. Pacific Time on modernwordministries.org. And if you missed us or you want to see some of our older messages, go ahead and check us out on socialmediashows.com every single morning at 9 a.m. It's a great way to kick off your day, get a little bit of the word in you, get something uplifting, get you started off on your way. If you're looking for prayer or you need some help, reach out to us. If you go to our website, again, that's modernwordministries.org, you can interact with me via telephone, via DM, text message, whatever you want. I'll get right back to you. So if you need prayer, you need help, you just need somebody to talk to, Modern Word Ministries is here for you. We are your church in the community. So until you see you next time, be blessed, everybody. Bye-bye.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the Hot Seat. I'm your host, Priscilla Moy. I hope you enjoyed this amazing, amazing, amazing show. It definitely was a little unexpected and brought so many different energies than we've seen in other shows prior. But I hope, as always, you can take everything that you watch here and meet these different people, and it inspires you at home, whether it is whatever you want to do, whether it's business, whether it's in the arts, whether it's backstage, whether it's entrepreneurship, or producing or hosting, whatever it is. I hope that the people here and their stories really hit you right at home. So a few announcements, like we've been talking about, as always, we do have castings for the Hot Seat. I know a lot of people are always asking, how can I get on the show? How can I get on the show? We have many shows in this network, and not just mine, but if you are inquiring about a certain show, please email your bio and your headshot, and please specify which show you want to be on. Do all of that to this email address, admin@socialmediashows.com, and that will be submitted to production, and then they will go through a casting process. Please be patient with that, as there's many emails that come through every second of every hour. And if you don't hear back, please give us a little more time, but please know that this is a casting, and this is not a guaranteed spot. This is not a promised spot. This is not anything, and so please understand that, and to know that there are certain standards that we do hold for you to sit on the hot seat. And then also we do red carpets, whether that's for film festivals, movie premieres, even grand openings of places. If you want that live footage and a host on site to interview whoever it is, there, whether it's cast members, whether it's the director, whether it's a writer, whether it's people coming from out of state, whether it's whatever, politicians, any type of event in town, you can hire us, you can hire the team here at Social Media Shows, and then we will come out there with all of our equipment and a red carpet, and it will stream live in real time. You don't necessarily have to have me as your host, even though I would hope that you would choose me. But there are many hosts that would be up for the job, that would be able to go out and make that experience something worthwhile. You'd be able to air it all over the world, and all the people that know social media shows, and you can highlight what's going on live in real time. You do not have to wait for the file and an edited copy of the red carpet to be handed to you for you to post that on your social media. So everyone can watch it, they can see what's happening, they can, be in the know and kind of help promote you as well. So with that being said, that email is also going to be admin@socialmediashows.com. You can inquire about prices, rates, whether or not we can go out of state, whether it's in state, just all that information. If you want to know that, you can hit up production and then we can discuss those details with you. We are already booked for many, so please keep on the lookout if you want to see what that might be like. We do have other red carpets that we have done that you can go back on the website or on our Facebook, our YouTube. Socialmediashows.com is the website that you can go back and look at previous red carpet events and film festivals to see the format of those. So just take a little gander and then give us a little call, and then we can be right there highlighting your event. So that is all I have for you today, this Wednesday. It's been a little long, but I hope you guys had fun. We all had fun here in the studio, so I know that you guys are sitting there at home having fun by yourselves and laughing along right there with us. We do appreciate your likes, your comments, your support, your shares. Please continue to support us here at Social Media Shows here in Las Vegas, and I will see you next Wednesday at 3 p.m.